I'm Greg D, streaming live here, a thunderstorm update on what's going on here in Northeast Ohio. We've had quite a few of these rain showers moving through. They're bringing in a lot of wind too, and that's what I've really noticed. There's been a lot of wind with these showers and thunderstorms around Northeast Ohio. Yeah, some of these have been rather strong. So we definitely see some gusty winds with them. We'll likely see some more gusty winds with these as well as we continue through the evening. A lot of these have not been severe, but man, they have been loud. So here's where the rain is now. We'll zoom you in here. That's Cleveland Beechwood. Man, on 271, it is coming down hard right now. Very heavy rain falling. Now at 271, right there on the east side, a lot of you getting very heavy rain, likely some very small hail, and then those wind gusts. There have been wind gusts with these thunderstorms as high as 30 to 40 miles an hour, I suspect. So Pepper Pike, Woodmere, Orange, Highland Hills, Warrensville Heights, North Randall over toward Maple Heights, Bedford, and Walton Hills, you are getting really the brunt of it. That's 480 and 271. Now Moreland Hills, Hunting Valley, Chagrin Falls, and over towards Solon, all getting in on it next. Twinsburg and maybe over toward Bainbridge eventually. That's one heavy thunderstorm. Let's look inside this thing and look at the potential for hail. Yeah, there may be some hail. So anyone between Independence and Oakwood, this green area, that has the potential to be probably maybe nickel, maybe dime size hail, maybe a little bit larger in a couple of spots. So definitely something to watch there. There could be some small hail. And anytime you start seeing hail, that's also going to be an indication of likely some gusty winds. And winds here could gust 30 to 40 miles an hour easily. Let's in fact look at the winds up in the storm now. This isn't near the ground. We're always looking up into the clouds, but the radar here can tell us very easily what kind of winds we're seeing. And it looks like they're stronger than they were earlier, so 45 to 50 miles an hour. Earlier with the storm, we were looking at 40 to 45, and a lot of these winds are just 1,000 feet off the ground here. So at 271, the radar is looking about 1,000 feet up. That's not all that high. With some of this rain falling, you could definitely get a wind gust to 45 miles an hour there near Oakwood and Walton Hills, headed over toward Glen Willow. That's over by Macedonia. 50-mile-an-hour winds in those clouds with these thunderstorms, so you definitely want to be careful there. Let's switch back to the rain mode. I'll show you the motion on these. Zoom this out. Light to moderate rain falling for much of the rest of Cuyahoga County. It's really the east side that's getting this wicked downpour right now. Just some very strong wind embedded in these thunderstorms as they continue east at about 30 to 35 miles an hour now. You see them, they're approaching Bainbridge, they're approaching Burton and Middlefield over toward Geauga County. So anyone in Geauga County, 15 minutes for Middlefield, probably 20 minutes maybe. Chardon, yeah, you're going to get the heavy downpours. Those of you watching from Lake County, probably a little bit less there. So a lot of the heavier rain is staying on to the south. It's probably going to graze Kirtland, and it may graze areas south of 90. That's where I think the heaviest of the rain is. So if you're having trouble seeing, this right here is Interstate 90. That right there is the border between Lake and Geauga County. And you see how their heaviest rain is probably going to stay over towards Geauga, over toward 322 and 422. Chardon, over toward Middlefield. Likely going to see some of the heavier rain there. Farther south, our friends down in Medina and Summit counties. Man, Akron, big downpour headed towards you. In fact, take a look at this monster here. There is some rain and lightning now. Norton, Barberton, over toward Doylestown. Clinton, that's headed over toward Portage Lake. So the south side of Akron, 76 and south, really getting pounded by some very heavy rain. Let's take a look at the rainfall rates here in some of the storms. Not looking too crazy. We'll take a look at hail. Yeah, seeing another little hail core. So the darker greens here, likely seeing hail, maybe that diamond nickel size. Doylestown is where it was earlier. It's probably now in southern Summit County. So Portage Lakes, green, out there by the airport, over toward New Franklin and Barberton. Lightning already there. Next thing that you're getting is the very heavy rain, and then possibly some lightning and some hail. So the hail is going to be up to nickel and dime size with this thunderstorm as it continues east. We'll put the motion here on this for you. Show you areas around the way. That's going to affect Portage County. So everyone along the turnpike there, Portage County, south of Ravenna, is going to get the heaviest batch of the storm. And then northern Stark County, north of, let's say, Canton. North Canton, Greentown, Limaville over toward Alliance. That's where your heaviest rain is going to fall out of this. Farther south, we have had heavy downpours over toward Worcester, Wayne County, Holmes County right now, over toward Millersburg, Holmesville, Fredericksburg, Apple Creek over toward Dalton. Beautiful country out here toward Brewster and over toward Wilmot, but very heavy rain moving through. Not a lot here in terms of accumulation because they are very brief downpours, but boy, are they heavy in a couple of spots as that continues to move toward the east, 30 to 35 miles an hour. No warnings right now for Holmes, Wayne, or Stark County. No warnings for Tuscarawas County either. Those storms south of Tuscarawas are moving away. They're very active. Stark County, let's zoom you in right on Canton, folks. Good evening to you. Massillon. You got some rain down towards Navarre. That's moving through the south side of Canton over toward East Canton now. That's going to head over toward maybe Minerva and Louisville. Should stay south of Alliance. The second batch up towards Canal Fulton, that's the one that's approaching 77, and that will impact the north side of Stark County. So that's 77 right there. Draw it out for you as it heads right down the middle through Canton, down toward Tuscarawas County. But you see the rain mainly on the west side of 77. It's about to get to 77 now, and then it's going to cross the road, across the interstate into the east side of the county. We'll look for hail here in these thunderstorms as well. Right now, I am not seeing anything concerning. Now, there's no large hail here. Maybe some pea-sized hail out by East Sparta, right on 77 now. That may move into northern Carroll County. Minerva, you may get some very small hail here, maybe pea-size at the most. But yeah, this line of thunderstorms continues to line up here, getting more active than it was earlier for sure. Looks like it's gotten a little boost, maybe a little bit more energy from some afternoon heating. Look at the lightning now, really active. Twinsburg to Hudson is that one batch, and then Barberton right now over toward Portage Lakes. Can't be on the lakes right now. It is just coming down like crazy. Very heavy rain on 271 now, right at the split at 480. Bedford Heights, Bedford, Oakwood over toward Glen Willow. There's probably a little bit of hail mixed in with that too, though it is not looking as strong as it was earlier, as large as it was earlier. And there may still be some gusty winds. Let's do a wind inspection here. And I am seeing solidly now 45 to 50 miles an hour. Everything is to the east of 271, Remidersville. Getting a little bit of gusty winds, 40, 50 miles an hour, about 1,400 feet up off the ground. Let's check down on Stark County. Summit County winds here a little bit weaker, and I'm definitely not seeing anything very strong down toward Stark County right now, or Holmes or Wayne County. Those thunderstorms are big rain producers, but not a lot of wind. It's where this lightning is more active farther north toward Summit and portions of now southeastern Cuyahoga County over towards northern Portage and Geauga County. So it's not going to be Geauga and Portage County, Ravenna north to Chardon. Anyone here between Chardon and Ravenna, let's draw this right here, you're going to get some of the heavier rain and some of the more active lightning and thunder. So Hiram over toward Garrettsville, back over toward Mattawa, over toward Windham and Newton Falls, Orwell getting that heavy rain, Middlefield and Burton, eventually Andover, Mattaway over toward Cortland, probably later on this evening in the next 20 to 30 minutes as that heavy rain continues to move east. Nothing too strong again, nothing too severe with these thunderstorms. There have been no warnings issued right now, but of course we'll continue storms. No warnings right now, nothing severe, no watches. I'll be posting updates throughout the rest of the evening, of course, watching these thunderstorms very carefully. If they do become a little bit stronger and I need to, maybe post some more updates or do another live update, we'll either do it here on this YouTube feed, which you can get through my Twitter, or we may do a Facebook Live, facebook.com/meteorologist Greg D. That's always a great place to get some weather reports from me there. So hopefully you guys are staying safe and watching this very carefully. I'll be watching the storms from home, but right now it doesn't look like a big severe threat. We'll watch for these thunderstorms later on and see if they actually do anything on the east side. But I think it'll just be heavy rain, lightning, and thunder, and some of those gusty winds. All right, everybody, stay safe. Have a good night, and I'll see you back here if the weather warrants.